All I need is one good stab.
And one good stab he will get. Hello, the 5th stage in the limited challenge has been released. I've tried the stage to see how it is, and it's difficult. Shade is the boss. He's very strong and has some very great powers. You shouldn't be too surprised it's a difficult stage. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm starting out on this screen as opposed to the screen with the enemies and requirements. Now, there's a good reason for that. I just wanted to make an important note on this ability here, muting missile. It's an active, so he can use it more than once. And numerous times as well, he doesn't have to wait for it to charge. It flings a dagger at an enemy, dealing damage and inflicting silence for 5 seconds. Silenced enemies can't use magic.
Shush.
He's a very charming ninja, isn't he? Yes, so if you're going to use a team that has a lot of magic heroes on it, having someone who can stop them using their magic, even if it's only for 5 seconds, but can be extremely obnoxious. It could be the result that you will have, say, Incinerator, she can't use her ultimate and you need to stun enemies and then everything falls apart. It may be the case you want to heal and you can't because your healer's been silenced. Now, unfortunately, you're going to need a healer anyway. But what you can do to sort of counteract this mutant missile ability is to bring a lineup, as much as possible, of physical damages. In that case, if he were to use mutant missile on one of those, he would be completely useless. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the requirements and enemies. Now, I've just obviously revealed that the boss is Shade. I thought his bio was quite funny, but then there's this important bit at the end. He summons a magical doppelganger to aid his hunt. So basically it's just copies of himself will appear, and you'll know they're copies because they'll have like a greenish or reddish hue. They behave exactly the same way though. You've got these guys, fire magic. You've got healers, wonderful. You've got these strange enemies. And then you've got these guys that we've seen before. The requirements are the same, wonderful. All heroes must survive, got to use Pegasus. And then you've got this guy, oh my word, he is awesome. He is really, really strong. Love him. Now he's a monster and a familiar in this game. I've got the Gryphon familiar, but I really want to hire him. He's really, really good. You'll love using him for the short time you have him. Now, the free-to-play hero lineup I've chosen. Unfortunately, like I said, you're going to have to bring a healer anyway. Because if you go without a healer, it's just going to be a total nightmare. And I think pretty much every enemy in this game that has some sort of healing ability or magic heroes, even Rose Knight. Luckily, Pegasus is a physical damager. Don't know about Gryphon. The monster version of him uses magic attacks, so I don't know if this hero version does. I've through all my tests of the hero lineups and playing through this stage, he didn't actually have the mutant missile used on him because he moves around quite erratically. The other two heroes are Tracker for a high damage output, it's physical, and also you can use it to near enough obliterate enemies right away, and this is very good for taking out those doppelgangers. Also, you've got Death Knight. Again, he's a physical damager. He does a lot of damage, and he can also use his knockback and freezing, which can stop the doppelgangers and other annoying enemies in their tracks. He also resurrects, so that's a interesting note to make. Now, without further ado, let's begin. Start off with in this stage, we've got some small fire and the Shade boss. What you're going to want to do is wait until Gryphon has got his ultimate and use it right away. It's awesome, isn't it? As soon as you've got trackers, use it on Shade. freeze these guys. Use Pegasus. Yeah, I've done that just to ensure they'd survive. Now for starters here, you've just got the small fire. You will get a shade comes enemy reinforcement in a moment, so wait for him to appear. Oh, here he is. Again, use Gryphon. Attack with Tracker. Use Pegasus. You've got to be vigilant with health here. I know we can resurrect, but you do want to save that. Freeze with Death Knight. Got a your first doppelganger down there. I know Death Knight can revive as well, but again you want to save that. And more small fire and the shade boss. Again you're going to get any reinforcements, but this time you're going to get 3 of them. Freeze here and then attack with Tracker. Use your Gryphon. Oh damn it, my finger slipped. Oops. Oh, great timing, eh? Do the same thing as before. Freeze. Take doppelgangers out. Use Pegasus. And everything should go fine. Oh, he's cute, the Gryphon. And there you go, that's the stage. Nearly said shade there. Very fun. It is difficult when you've got that Gryphon enemy. I do love him. Wish I could hire Gryphon. Never mind. Now to conclude, you're going to want to... Oh, here we go again. You're going to want to use Tracker to take out the shade enemies. You're going to want to use Gryphon right away. Death Knight to freeze, and you want to do this ideally when the enemies are in a cluster, and Pegasus to take out as many of the enemies in the line as possible, and hopefully your finger won't slip like mine did. Be vigilant with health, even the ones who can resurrect, because if their health does go down again, then they will die. And there you go, that's the stage. Good luck!